On. Hello. OBS is lagging. I'm going to talk so it's not awkward. There we go. Now it's started. Let's do it. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Happy to be streaming again. Trying to get more consistent. I just printed some of the last labels for my Kickstarter, which is good. Been mailing 2,200 packages over the last few months, all of them needing individual manifests. It's kind of a scenario where I could pay someone $15,000 to do it for me because I calculated the hourly rate combined with the per item pricing. But yeah, could have paid someone $15,000 to do it, or I could just do it myself. So I did it myself, and I'm gonna have a vacation. I think I earned it. Gonna certainly afford a vacation. But I'm probably just gonna go somewhere cheap, like a hut in the jungle, and buy the cheapest tickets. Like you can go to Costa Rica round trip for 3 weeks and spend less than $1,000 total. It's ridiculous. You just gotta know how to do it. Anyway, let's talk about crypto. How's Bitcoin doing? Got a nice little downtrend? Is that what we're seeing? Yeah, we're compressing on the daily chart. That's nice. How's the 4-hour chart? What do we see? Ooh, is this a tapered bearish condition? It is. Yay! So essentially all that means is we've had this big old compression. It's compressed, but we've maintained high volatility during that period, and this new expansion is very slow. So it's not actually generating any kind of pivot for us to trade off of. Right? Daily chart, it's not compressed, so we can't say that it's going to expand. We do have one CLCP value at 2,500. I wouldn't be surprised if price stalled out there because we just don't have the energy to actually push a significant move. So that's nice. Let's take a look at your questions. BLMX. Did you mean BLX? Yeah. Monthly. You want the monthly chart of BLX. That is going to be my guess. Maybe not. We don't have enough data. Okay, daily chart. Do the weekly. How's that for a compromise? Yeah, so even though you might be looking at this, it's just an artifact of the cap of data, right? Not enough history. So we can't really derive any plays off of this chart at this current time. Like at this point, if you wanted to do any kind of play here, it would be strictly based on pattern recognition, and I do not find that reliable at all, right? Where you can look at a chart and say, oh, look, it went up, and then it went down, and then it went up, and then it went down. Oh, see, this one went up, and then it went down, and then it went up, and then it went down. Okay, that's useless. Don't do that. What else we got? Take a look at. I don't know where my things are. Hold on. That's my phone. Okay. Live stream questions. Cool. Let's take a look at gold and SPX. Metal. What do we have here? On a weekly chart, nothing. Daily chart, slow tapered trend. I guess people are going to want to look at this resistance line we're currently at. Sure. You know, current price. It's fine. Guess we could extrapolate the CLCP, but I wouldn't do that. Daily chart, no expansion that we can see that's significant. Like we do have this move here, but it's already cooled off. Mean reversion complete, right? We have a nice tapered mean reversion here, which we can define as solid upward move. Condition activates, tag the 3.2 CLCP, which then we take as a short to moving average, right? Then we have a nice compressionary period, stall out at the 1.25 of the CLCP, followed by a new expansion, immediately fails, contained mean reversion, which will be cooled off by tomorrow. 1 hour chart. Looks like complete compression, but I want 3 to 8 p.m. to confirm. No, still got volatility overhead above the 200 values. Yeah. Okay, so this is awesome. Zealot, can you guess what these spikes are? Now they occur at the same time every day. I know it's super tempting just to say open and close, right? When you have the highest volume of trading. But the thing I'm bringing up here is that the current volatility spikes are far greater than prior volatility spikes. Right? Like here, you have an open, nothing happens. Here you have an open, nothing happens. Right? This here, you have agreement. Price is moving in this direction. What does that mean? You have a consensus of data. All right, let's load up VWAP. Yay, VWAP. So on higher time frames, you have institutional order flow. Every day or every hour, they'll place a very, very big order, and that'll nuke out the liquidity for a certain range, right? That can be up or down depending on their position. They can't fill a large position all at once because there's just not liquidity. So they do it at regular intervals. And on those regular intervals, right, you cause significant deviation from the status quo on the lower time frames, right? Because if you buy the 3.2 standard deviation on the 15-minute time frame, that's a terrible short-term trade. But on a higher time frame, that would just be par for the course, right? Because the scope is completely different. So when you're down here on the lower time frames, and you can spot institutional order flow where they're just dropping cannonballs in the water, right? You can ride the little waves. Right, like here. This here is a very big order. But this is so far outside standard deviations in any reasonable mindset on the 15-minute time frame, right, that immediately crashes back down to a state of equilibrium. Right? The person on the higher time frame doesn't care he's doing this. He's just acquiring a large amount of his position to keep price riding. Right? He's filling a position over the course of a month, 2 months, who knows? So he's placing these large orders whenever liquidity is good. Guess when liquidity is good? Market open. So you can spot these. You get in very consistent positions. What's good to know though is only do this if there's volatility overhead. Right? Because here you get the expansion, starts a trend. Compare that to more recently. Actually, no, this would have volatility overhead here is actually okay. Anyway, the point is there's scalpable information down here. And you can do that as simply as just swing high mean inversions off of the initial pulses from the daily. Right, so like this here, big pulse, lateral trading, mean inversion activation. You'd wait for tag of 3 or the 1.25 or 3.2. You don't get your entry, but it does in fact mean invert. So simple as that. You got a nice clean plume. Take it on the 5-minute chart. It works. Okay. Hope that works for you all. Take a look at the comments once again. BLMX. Block smooth. I don't have a ticker for that. And you would ask me a question, can you guess which time period this parallels? This was 1 month on the bonds. Yeah, but what do you think about that? Do a good ES. Actually, let's do F first. Still compressing on the macro. Very compressed on the weekly. This is very quiet, but it's not compressed enough for my liking yet. We got BNB. Yeah, no, it's a lot of lateral movement here, but it's very noisy. What have I done? I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, well that's pretty parallel. Look at the Bitcoin correlation chart. I wonder if you can do any pattern recognition. Or set up like alerts once correlation dips below a certain value. There might be something there. I'm curious. We split the chart. We look at large dips in correlation. But here, nothing leading. Actually, it's very interesting. So you actually get a significant drop in correlation. When Bitcoin starts its crash, but this is still very neutral, and then there's some catch up. So I'm wondering if we can spot any significant correlation points like here. Oh my God. No way. Yeah, there's a few hour discrepancy. Okay, I'll have to look more into that, but it's interesting. That's going to be it for tonight. It's been a pleasure. Talk to you all later.